Top of the morning, world. Back at it again with another video. Y'all tapped in with the Head of the Game podcast. Without further ado, let's get it. So the day has come. On the 20th of this month, the 20th of October, I am about to leave Fedex ground for this new trucking endeavor. And for those that was watching my truck driving school series, had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, so I did not do the completion video of pretty much the entire experience of graduating CDL school. So now I got my CDLA, and now I'm on to the next level, which is locking in a position, which I've already done, right? And I also got my doubles and triples endorsement. So that aside, I'm not going to disclose the company I'm about to work for, but there's two big giveaways. One big giveaway is that it's a mega carrier, and the second big giveaway is that it's on the Family Dollar account. And it being on the Family Dollar account, I'm pretty sure y'all probably got an idea, because you know, Family Dollar, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, they all generally pay the same amount, and they're generally the same kind of type of trucking, right? Very physical, not super long miles. You know, it's touch freight, probably as touch freight as you can get regarding a mega carrier. And you know, I'm coming from a physical job, so the transition, I hope it should be seamless. Though I feel like the volume, the amount of packages is definitely maybe, I want to say anywhere from 6 to 7 times the amount that I'm used to delivering on a day-to-day. But I do want to apologize for those that have been following my CDL school series, that I didn't finish it up. And pretty much, I got my CDL A with an automatic transmission and my doubles and triples endorsement. Now, the school that I went to, if y'all was following me, had said within, or you know, 6 months from the time that I graduated, I could go back and get my manual transmission, get the automatic restriction removed from my license, and therefore it's only $500, and it's only a week class where I'm pretty much doing a driving test. I don't have to, you know, do all the other tests that you know, that you got to do in CDL school. So what would be the questions that I feel like y'all would ask? Probably what led to me picking this specific account. And truth be told, which I didn't understand this until I graduated, I started doing a little bit more research, that starting out truck driving is kind of like an internship, right? And just because you have a CDLA and you drive trucks for a living does not mean that, you know, you don't, you know, you can still earn, you know, about a little bit above the poverty line as far as in wages, you feel me? So, but the primary thing is just for experience, because once you have experience, you know, the 3 to 6 months of experience, preferably probably a year, if you hit the year mark, then you can be able to pivot if you want to do local or dedicated or whatever the case may be. Starting out, yeah, you gotta get over the road, you know, and the Family Dollar account that I'm doing, it got me 11 days out, 3 days back, and the money should be pretty good. It's just getting acclimated to that lifestyle of being away from home for, you know, extended amounts, periods of time. And I'm pretty much going to be doing regional. So I'm not even going to be doing a dedicated route where I'm always going to be knowing where I'm going or how long it's going to take for me to get there. So that should be interesting. But by and large, just ready, man. I'm ready to handle this. Ready to get on to the next step, man. So, what ultimately led for me to get to this decision? Oh man, these people need to cut it out, man. My bad. You know how people be driving in traffic, and you know, if you don't have a certain psychology far as driving in traffic, you know, he just don't want nobody doing nothing boneheaded. But that's besides the point. So, my ultimate goal regarding this trucking journey is getting the rest of my endorsements, doing this account, and hopefully being able to be in a position to where I'm able to pivot into doing hazmat tanker, right? And the specific mega carrier that I am going into, and I just feel like the more y'all gonna keep listening to me, to those that understand the trucking industry and things of that nature, I feel like I'm gonna just eventually end up snitching on myself or what company. But if y'all figure it out, y'all can leave it. You know, y'all can leave it below. You feel me? Whoever get it right, you feel me? That's good for y'all. But the point is that I need to look at hazmat tanker as the specific objective regarding trucking, because anything that's specialized is always going to be on demand, right? So I'm not sure if it's a super hard industry to get into, you know, because I'm not sure how many hazmat tanker doubles and triple CDLA holders are there in comparison to the hazmat tanker jobs. So it could be a competitive way to get in there, which I've heard that only 1% of freight that's being moved is hazmat. So 1 out of every 100 trucks that you see is going to be hauling some kind of hazardous material, right? So you just got to think about it like, dang, all right, well, you can make some good money for sure, right? You can make some good money, but that's not the only good money that you can make. You can do car hauling. You can pull regular freight, you know? It still makes some good money, but I'm looking at climbing myself up the food chain and establishing myself to where not only I'm making some good money, but I'm working a job to where I can be home every night. And not only just that, but I can be home every night and be able to transition and transfer to different, you know, states and cities, you know, across the nation. So that's the big plan. All right, come on. objective with this trucking thing, man. So I got any hazmat tanker drivers watching me right now. You feel me? Just dropping some insight for the viewers. That'd be much appreciated, or even for me, because I'm definitely new to the game. And so, for what I've heard is that you could have 15 years truck driving experience, but if you've never done hazmat tanker, you would have to take the pay cut and be trained on it and be treated as if you're a brand new driver. Come on. Get over. Hurry up. Alright, y'all. Get some crib on, man. Alright. So that's pretty much the gist of what I'm going for, how I'm deciding to go about it. And this is, I really want to do this account for maybe 3 to 6 months, then maybe transition into something that's a little bit more ideal. But hey, I don't know. I might like this account, and maybe I might want to do it for a year. Stack my bread up, get the experience, go ahead, do a little traveling, things of that nature. And, the training that I'm about to do, I have to leave for 3 weeks. I'm gonna leave for 3 weeks. You're gonna get your boy a rental. So we're gonna slide out to Arizona. And once I get done with orientation, because honestly I could have left next week, Monday. But I had some things going on, so I was like, you know what? I got lint on my dang thermal. What's going on here, player? Dang. Got lint on my thermal. That's alright, man. Fresh out the dry, baby. But with that being said, you feel me? It just going out doing the training. Then I come back maybe just for that weekend, and then they got a terminal out here. Yeah, they have a terminal out here, so when I come back from the big AZ, then I'll have that weekend where I'm just kind of like recalibrating, and then I'm about to be off out of the game. So we'll see what we get here, man. What's going on? Oh my goodness. Let me take a little sip of my drink. Club soda, man. Club soda. But yeah, I'm tired, man. It's about 6 something in the morning. Maybe it might be 7. Let me see. Yeah, about 7:18. Just about to get ready for work. And I already put my 2 weeks in, so the FedEx ground thing has treated me good. Honestly, it's been a contributing factor into positioning myself for this new opportunity. So definitely appreciative of this opportunity. Now, there's another interview that I've gotten, and it's crazy because I just did this interview last night, and it's for, this company, I will tell y'all, it's Dr. Pepper. It's a local job, right? And they have this interview where it's 11 questions, right? 11 prompts, and you have 3 attempts to respond in a video recording your answers to the question that's being asked, right? So they're gonna basically line you up with different scenarios, different circumstances of how the questions are being asked, and then you have to, it's up to 3 attempts, which is crazy, of responding to that question. Now, what helped me just fly through that whole interview is videos like these, where I can kind of just think off the cuff and not really have to jot down my answers and read off a piece of paper my answers, because I don't know how to retain, a whole concept or a full thought, and piece it up together as a full answer, right? So hopefully they rock with me, because if they rock with me, then as appreciative as I would be of this new opportunity, it definitely would be getting passed up, because then I'll be right off the bat, starting off local. So I'll be home every night. Yeah, that'd be dope. So definitely be dope. Be truck driving in the city, doing everything. And I'll still be getting hazmat tankers. Now, it's crazy, right? And I'm just end this video off on this regarding these next 2 endorsements, specifically the hazmat, right? Because to get your hazmat license, what you have to do is, the first thing you have to do is go get fingerprinted. You thought that was cute. You thought that was cute, boy. I should hit the back of your car, boy. Yeah, I know you're scared. Anyways, hazmat tanker, right? So the hazmat, first and foremost, you got to get your fingerprints. Second, and more importantly, which is, I feel like this is the most tedious part about it, you got to take this ELDT. Hopefully that's how the letters are put together. Hazmat endorsement assessment, which gives you the certificate that gets put towards the DMV to allow you to then take the hazmat test. Now, I heard that the fingerprints usually take, I think it's called Identigo. Yeah, Identigo is the company, the fingerprint TSA company. Where you gotta go to Identigo, they fingerprint you, then they send it off to the TSA, and hopefully the government shutdown doesn't interfere with that, you feel me, regarding my results and my background check. And once that gets approved, and then you can show both of those to the DMV, and then after the fact, you go take the test, and if you pass the test, then it gets put on your license. And I think tanker is an N, hazmat is an H. And if you got both, then both of those letters go away, and they'll get an X representing both endorsements. And then you have the T, which is short for doubles and triples. So my advice to any new potential CDL holders or new people trying to get their CDL, I say before you even start a company, if one presents itself to you, for sure, go ahead and go get it. But go ahead, man, and get all your endorsements, man. Especially if you're in a city or a state where freight isn't ideal, right? Because then if it's not ideal, then you're gonna probably have to be doing a lot of the pay might start off low, which that's okay depending on your circumstance, right? Because if you're getting low pay, the only thing that's going to be worth more than the pay is the experience, because this experience opens up more doors. Because if you was getting into a high paying position, but you didn't have the experience, if you want to quit that job, then you're exactly where you were at before you started, which is being inexperienced and really nobody will hire you outside of the mega carriers. So all I want to say is it's going to be a learning curve for me. I can say, not to say that all driving is the same, but you need to look at all driving as dangerous. Take your time. If you're inefficient, if it's taking you a long time to really just don't get overwhelmed. Don't just protect your CDL at all costs, right? Even if it's not working out for you, and you're looking like, hey, this is not for me. Don't allow these dispatchers to try to guilt trip you, and oh, you got to do it, and things of that nature. Even if you're under contract, protect the CDL, because protect the CDL, because even if you don't rock with one company, you can just start over and try again. You can try again, right? But make sure that you protect your CDL at all costs. If it's unsafe, the key word is safety. So if you ever get caught in a situation where the weather conditions are bad, or the streets are bad, or you feel uncomfortable doing something because the truck isn't up to par, something's going wrong with the truck, the number one thing to protect your CDL is the word safety. Because if they try to guilt trip you or peer pressure you into doing a task that you feel like is very dangerous or not ideal, and you say the word, I don't feel safe, or safety, they can get in trouble. Because you can report them to safety, and they can't do nothing about it, right? Or it can't be held up against you because, or even if you're sleepy, or you're tired, or you feel sick, or anything. If you don't feel safe, don't do it. 100%. You feel me? If you don't feel safe, don't do it. Now, there are going to be certain challenges that's going to give you some level of anxiety. But for the most part, but I'm just wrap this video up by saying this. If you ever want to do something, big in your life, man, you just got to go for it. You got to make it happen. You got to make the sacrifices. You can't let people get in your way. You can't really care what people have to say or what they think and things of that nature. You just got to go for what you know. And, let the rest handle itself. So, with that being said, thanks for watching. Leave your comments below. And I want y'all to have a great day. All right, signing off.